Hi everyone. I'm so excited to come back your way with Workplace Wellness Series. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your time during the last season. In this new season, we're going to look at the modifications, the safety protocols, and the action plans that has to be put in place to ensure that workers are willing to return to work. As I promised at the end of the last season, we're going to bring in resource people from diverse backgrounds to deepen and broaden the discussion on the topic. Now, we cannot talk about the workplace without the opinion of IFMA. So we reach out to IFMA, which is the International Facilities Management Association, the Ghana chapter, to get their opinion on the topic. And they were gracious enough to grant us an interview with the first ever facilities management professional in this country to give us his opinion and recommendations on the topic. It's my greatest pleasure to welcome Mr. Andrew Mensah, FMP, to the show. Senior, you're most welcome. We are honored to have you here on our show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Senior, let's talk a bit about IFMA and the role that it plays in the fight against COVID and on the journey back to work.
Yeah. The International Facility Management Association is the first ever facility management association established in the world. It was established in 1980 in the United States, Houston, Texas.
Okay.
It was the first body of facility managers to be brought together as a group to fight for the welfare of facility managers in the workplace and to talk about what their job is all about. Now in 2010, a group of facility managers in Ghana came together to form the Greater Accra chapter of the International Facility Management Association here in Ghana. Over the years, we've been able to increase the numbers and we've had a lot of trainings from essentials of FM to FMPs. As I speak now, we have almost 40 FMPs in Ghana.
Senior, so what is FMPs? One may ask.
The FMP is a certification in the facility management course. The full meaning of FMP is the facility management professional.
Okay.
Once you take the course and become certified, you are qualified to perform the duties of a facility manager anywhere in the world.
Yeah. Wow, interesting. Yeah. So Andy, please give us in a brief statement what the role of facilities managers is in the fight against COVID.
Well, Yussif, the facility manager's role at the workplace is to ensure that the people in the built environment are safe, they are comfortable, and the atmosphere is conducive to increase productivity.
Right.
Now, when you talk about COVID, we all know how this pandemic has caused a lot of issues around the globe. Specifically, the workplace environment has changed.
Yep.
Now, for the facilities manager, it is very critical for his work in ensuring that the workplace becomes safe for workers to return. So you cannot talk about fighting COVID in the workplace and not talk about the facilities manager.
Wow. All right. Okay, so that implies that the facilities manager is the core of this whole fight against COVID and how to get people safely back to work, right?
Yes. That's exactly so. Because if you look at IFMA's definition for the facility manager, first we say it's a profession of multiple disciplines. You can come from any background and be a facility manager. But your main task is to ensure that you link the people, the place, the process, and technology to ensure that productivity is being increased at the workplace. Now, if you take the people, we're looking at the staff who work in the workplace, the customers who also come to do business at the workplace.
Okay.
That is the core function of the facilities manager.
Now, in the course of COVID, it looks as if we have to relook at the definition of the workplace, considering what has happened. What's your take on that?
Yes, it's true that we would have to redefine the workplace, because when we were hit by the pandemic, almost all organizations had to shut down, and most of the workers had to work from home. Now, we shouldn't forget that the facilities manager's role is to support the workers to be productive. So by extension, if the workers are now working from home, then it is the facilities manager's job to ensure that they receive the required support that they need from home. Yeah, it could be IT, it could be anything that will make them, productive
from wherever they are working.
From wherever they are working.
So one of the discussions and debate that has been very ripe, especially in the FM fraternity, is the issue of having a pandemic response team. Now, what's your opinion? What do you think this should be like?
Well, for those organizations who had, a plan, were well equipped to face this pandemic.
You mean an emergency plan?
Plan. We're well equipped to face this pandemic because with the plan being there and being followed and practiced from time to time, it made them more able to respond to this than that. Those organizations that did not have one, I'm sure by now are putting things together.
They were hit hard.
To put some in place, because if you don't plan, then you're about to fail. You're bound to fail. So that's basically it. For those that had plans in place, they were quickly able to allocate resources and have alternative ways of going about their businesses. And in that plan, it's one key area, which is business continuity. Where if the unexpected happens, you are able to pull yourself
What should
together
be the route out
quickly.
And so I hear this has to be a cross-functional team. So drawing members of the team from every department within the organization, and you should have C-suite participation. So top management should be involved as well.
Yes, it shouldn't be the function of only the facility manager, because in putting up the plan, you would have to allocate resources, and the approval to have the resources available must come from top management. The members of the pandemic response team are mainly from HR, IT, risk, the facility manager in there, and the various heads of department. Because that's the plan for the organization, and it should be taken very seriously.
So that every aspect of the organization is represented.
Exactly.
Andy, what will be your final recommendation before we go?
My final recommendation to all facility managers is that for those who have pandemic response plans in place, they should review them and make sure they are up to date. For those who did not have one, I'm sure they themselves have realized how hard they've been hit. So it's time for them to put their plans together and face the future with
preparedness.
With preparedness. That's it. With preparedness.
Andy, we appreciate your time so much for being with us. We are most grateful. And viewers, we thank you for your time once again. And as always, keep practicing physical distance and stay socially connected.